my gosh. Am I live now, Mr. Krabs? I think so. Yes, we are. We're live. On the air. Hooray! I might need to... I might have to do a couple of things real quick. Before I can really start. But we are live in this-ish. No data. What do you mean, no data? I also should check. Blisscord. Dismcord. All that jazz. Before, yes. Streamer mode, please. Hooray! Okay. So we are good to go. Ready to vibe the heck out. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Let me make sure I also got my... Yes. Hooray. Okay. So, welcome to my yap session of the one and only Want to Be Me, the Jack song that didn't go viral on TikTok, but it did okay. It got like what? Like 2,000 likes or something on TikTok. That's pretty good, right? We're going to be talking about the production, specifically the music production. The video production's not all that crazy. But if there is demand, maybe. Strong, maybe. But for now, I'm going to turn off the chill tunes. Thank you. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. I have Twitter up in here. I want to stop the lo-fi. This is something else. This is not lo-fi. But we're going to get going. I don't know why is... Excellent. It's like going from excellent... Hello? It's going from excellent connection to no data. So I don't know what's going on. I'm going to assume we're good. I'm dying. We're going to talk about this intro here real quick. It is stupid simple. Well, it's really the first verse is... it's simple, but there's a lot going on. So, we're gonna start with the beautiful guitar track. I'm gonna tell you all that you should probably have the stream turned down a little bit if it's loud. I'm gonna preemptively do that. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So the song is very, intense. So we're going to go through every excruciating detail. Song starts off with the guitar I just played there. And then the percussion really kind of plays the main element here. Throughout this entire verse, and it's not in the second verse, but through this first verse, we got this like clock sound effect, which I think is pretty cool. We also got this hi-hat situation. There's no like live drums. it's MIDI drums, but there's no like acoustic drums until the chorus. Well, actually, no, I lied. But it's like kind of like sampled drums here for when the whole groove kicks in. So that's pretty cool. What else? So yeah, this whole verse, I'm just gonna loop this this little bit, and we're gonna add in elements as we go. I can't see chat. OMG. People like my videos. I don't know why you do, but thank you. Peak song you've made. Thank you. I'm glad that a lot of new people have suddenly arrived. We're almost at 6K, which I filmed a talk. I can't talk today. Hello? Which I filmed a TikTok about the second I got home from work. I was like, oh, wow, people want a Gangle song. So, which might tease later. Who knows? So we're going to just slowly throw in elements. So we got the verse drum beat here. Pretty cool. We got the guitar part, the main guitar part. Pretty simple power chords. And this is where we start throwing in some elements that you might not have heard. So when it kicks into like the whole first, actual singing bit is, there's this like stabby kind of guitar. That's not what I want. It's super drowned out in reverb, which I think is pretty cool. One of my favorite elements of this verse, actually, that you can kind of hear, it's this like tremolo reverby, kind of like panning from left to right a little bit. You can kind of hear. Very ambient. What else do we got? Let's bring the drums back in. So this is just all the guitar parts except for, bass guitar. So let's put that back in. So this is pretty much your verse here. Forgot to throw in the toms there, but and we got the bass guitar. I love how your songs bring a metal vibe to Digital Circus songs because most are pop. So it's funny you say that because I was getting a lot of comments like when I was talking to my friends about this song. This is a lot more alternative rock, I'd say. But I am not opposed to doing metal Digital Circus songs in the future. That is within my arsenal. I saw someone call this song Linkin Park core, which is very funny because this sounds nothing like Linkin Park. Maybe a little bit of God, what's that? One More Light? I don't know. But we got this bass guitar here that really lays down the groove. Love the bass guitar. Is there anything else? No, that's pretty much our first verse already. Is bass and drums. And then our guitar parts. And then obviously you have the vocal bit. Oh man, I'm dying. Someone save me. One element that I really like throwing in for this one too, that maybe some people picked up on, I didn't see really anyone talk about it, was this part before the main verse kicks in. Right. There's like a sigh and like a sarcastic comment, I think. Right. Yeah, I hope some people got that because that's one of my favorite bits, is just to be super, I don't give a damn about anything. And we're going to get into these verse vocals because these are pretty cool. And we've already went over the instrumental. for the verse. So first verse, it's just a straight one vocal take.
Come on, get up, it's time for the show. Better play the gesture that everybody knows. With all that said, go and play the left track. Don't get in my head, cause nobody had asked.
You know, the usual, you know, it's like A, B, whatever. I think I heard it. I just didn't think of it much. Yeah, I like it. So I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to think about it. And then we get into the second half of this verse.
And you're a plaything just for me to get a laugh. The songs you sing, just make sure you don't get attached.
And this is my first time doing something like this for the vocals. Is we have our main take that's straight in the center.
And you're a plaything just for me to get a laugh.
And then we have two more vocal takes, stereo, left and right, to kind of give it some stereo information. Separate takes.
You're a plaything just for me to get a laugh. The songs you sing, just make sure you don't get attached. I'm on the edge and I'm sinking deeper into hell.
Which is cool. I've never tried doing that before in a song. I might abuse the hell out of that. And then we got the harmonies as well.
I'm on the edge and I'm sinking deeper into hell.
Which sound very not fitting for how dark this song is, but you bring it all together.
I'm on the edge and I'm sinking deeper into hell.
Oh, and that's another thing too. The delay bit. I love delay.
Deeper into hell.
I love delay. Just really extending out that into hell line. The song's peak, that's for sure. It's Peem, chat. It's Peem. Speaking of Jack songs, Jack's Toys music video came out. That is peak. That is beautiful. Love Jack's Toy. And then for the pre-chorus vocals.
I swear it makes me sick. You're boring me to death. You better make this quick. Don't dig too deep, I got no.
Simple.
I swear it makes me sick.
In an A-B situation. It's a full Jack's Toy, to be honest. Only some parts were good, in my opinion. Well, that's your opinion. And that's okay to have an opinion. But I think it's stupid. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. This whole verse, this whole part, melodically, stupid simple. Like, we're only bringing, like, in, maybe a few different interesting lines. Literally, the only reason that this whole hook is because of the vocal production and how I approach recording it. Can you make a 3D one? What does that mean? An animated music video? Is that what you're talking about? Because I will say, a little guy on Twitter.com, and also I don't have a very good budget to get an animation. I would love to have an animation for this song. So it's not out of the question. I mean, sorry, I'm looking for maybe if it became a hit song and it got like a bajillion views, then I'll do it. Then I'll do a music video, an animated music video. Is this the one I'm looking for? Yes. Ink Studios, you're animating the bridge part? Hell yeah. Do at me on Twitter or wherever you post that. I would love to see it. Blue Ambience, awesome animator, and good frickin' dude. Animated the bridge bit a little bit. Tacos, what's up? I'm still gushing about this in my head, by the way. Poor Pomni. Oh, that's so scary. Yeah. So Blue Ambience has been doing an animation, which don't tell them, but heavily debating on asking if they want to just animate the full thing if I paid them. Which actually, in turn, by the way, led to kind of a hit tweet. 8.6K likes on Twitter. They forgot to turn off Jax's tail, so it's just a evil purple dot. The Pomni and the purple ball of fear and intimidation. So that's great. Thanks, Twitter. They don't even know it's my song. So what I think I replied to this tweet. What did I say? I know I replied to it. I think I said something like getting a hit tweet by association. So we made it. We're famous on Twitter. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the song. So yeah, that's pretty much the verse. Actually, I lied. There's a few things that I did miss out on. There's some spacey elements going on here in the second half of the verse. So we'll do that. I'll bring them in kind of slowly, and we'll go in depth. Got this cool little like harp thing. Murder Jones when? Okay, so I get a lot of Murder Jones comments, obviously. I have made a few. I will say I don't know about anything new anytime soon. I cannot guarantee that, mostly because the animated show is over, and therefore I don't feel very like, to me, I've done my part. Everything Ends was kind of like the send off for me, but I'm not against, because I know they're doing a visual novel or something like that, like a comic situation. I'm not opposed to doing a remake of a very old song. And I mean, we're gonna be doing we also got the if you guys have not seen, I listen to Everything Ends at least every 2 days. Hell yeah. It's one of my favorite songs I've written. Let me pull up a little something real quick. For the Murder Jones fans in chat, we're gonna be hosting a Nerdcore charity concert once again. We're doing stuff late October. I will be tweeting about it, making a whole little promo video. We're gonna be doing obviously the new stuff, and probably gonna play a couple of Murder Jones songs here too. Can I make a game video in a game channel? No, I'm kidding. I want to. The problem is I don't have the, like, kind of working off of sticks and stones at the minute. So the fact I'm even able to stream right now is a blessing. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. Point being is there might be a remaster of Ends Optimized Demise. That one. Sometime soon. Don't have the balls. You don't have the balls, bro. Music. Anyway, this is a cool little thing. It literally goes throughout this whole verse, by the way. It's so goddamn annoying on its own, but it really adds some tension. What else do we got? We got a cool little 80s type of situation in the background, and it plays once. You never hear it again. Goodbye. What else? And one of my favorite elements of this pre-chorus, actually, It's a very like kind of in the back, kind of. How do I describe this? It kind of like words. How do I do them? It plays the chord, but it's not exactly like, I guess, arpeggiating it, but like I don't know if you would call it that. I don't know. So that's the verse pretty much. We're gonna get into the pre-chorus, which is one of my favorite parts, besides the bridge. We're gonna get into the instrumental bit of that real quick because it is so simple. We have the music box, the Big Crush music box. It's just playing, the same progression. It's just, I think it's just going down the scale. And then we have an organ, just playing the same chords. And I think this is a sub drop. No, it's a sub harmonica bass. Actually, the producer for Glitch Whisper put me on to that sub bass. Ultimate Lifeform, what's going on? Kind of helps shape together the sound a little bit, so you can kind of hear with and without it. I'll put my animation on YouTube. Is that all right? Because I don't have a Twitter. You can put it wherever you want. It is your animation, and I do not have content ID on my songs, so you can post them without like worrying about it like getting claimed or anything like that. So go wild, do whatever you want. I would love to see what you do. We also got the same clock sound from before. Did I really use the same clock sound? No, this is a different loop. Well, that's fine. So this is a different clock sound. We got a lot of clock sound effects here. And then we got, I think this is like kind of horror background. It's like a glitchy sort of situation. So I love this little detail. So we're gonna play this. I'm dying. So we're gonna bring it in and take it out just to see how much of a difference this adds. And then we're gonna bring this in. Like, you don't notice it until it's brought up. It's such a cool ambient thing. And I think this is just a sub drop, right? Right? Yes, it is. If you have headphones, you will hear that pretty well. Take it down to the day he abstract. That's true. We only got like 3 more episodes left. It's coming. He's gonna abstract, and then I'm gonna write a song about it, and then it's gonna get a bajillion dillion views. So yeah, that's pretty much the instrumental for the pre-chorus. That comes back for the before the final chorus. Let's talk about the pre-chorus vocals real quick, because this was so fun to record and it was a pain to edit. So we got about 1, 2, 3. No, yeah. We got 3 harmonies happening here. 3-part harmony. So I'm gonna go through the first part real quick, which is kind of, these are also being filtered. So we got Decapitator. Let me like go through these one at a time real quick.
Death left in my character. There's nothing more, nothing less of what you want to hear.
So it's got some bite to it, which I wanted out of this because it's going to get filtered down.
Death left in my character.
And that's pretty much the sound. And then I micro shifted the entire pre-chorus stack, so kind of gets a little bit more wider. A finale song for When Digital Circus Ends will go mega viral, I guarantee. Dude, the world is going to like explode, okay? The world will explode and no one will survive when when Digital Circus ends. And I mean, I think Digital Circus is going to suffer, well, not suffer, is going to benefit from the whole AU thing going on, because Kitten Sneeze has the whole like swap alternative universe where Pomni is like the Jax of the group and vice versa. So I think Digital Circus is going to live on for a pretty long time. And it's probably going to have fan animations like Murder Drones did when that ended. So I'm not too scared. A little bit. No, we got some cool stuff coming from Glitz soon. So let me point this out too, real quick. So this part is just singing the root. So it's God. How do I? So this is playing E minor, then down. I lied. I kind of sang it weirdly. But point is, it's building a chord, pretty much. Then we got the what is it, the fifth, something like that. Sometimes I hear death instead. I will say, singing depth and death, I had to sing it weird, because depth, in the context of a song where you have so much happening, it's easy to mishear that, and I pretty much sang it like that anyway. And then this is kind of the saucy harmony. That's the sauce harmony. Can you do Jack? I did do a Jack's video. That's what we're talking about right now. Antonio, man, do you know what we're talking about, man? Sorry. Sorry. I couldn't help myself. But yeah, this is like, what do we do we call that the choir of abstraction? I'm calling it that. What? Yeah, my bad. I'm calling that the choir of abstraction. That's my favorite bit of that. So yeah, simple little pre-chorusy situation. Oh, I forgot one more thing too. Choir of Abstraction sounds like a sick album name. You know what? I might use that. Because I do intend on, like, once Digital Circus is over, I want to compile all the Digital Circus songs I made into a compilation album. And I do have a couple of old Digital Circus songs that I never really finished. So there's a couple of songs. I think there's a song with Logan Pettipa on it that I never released. Yeah. The entire stream's about his Jack's video. It is. You should watch it. So while this whole escapade is happening with the music box and everything like that, we got the acoustic drums coming in. It's so simple. What happened to it? I just never dropped it. I didn't really. Here's the thing. Is I won't, if I do not find myself enjoying the song, to the point where it's like it's a chore to release it, I'm not going to release it. That's kind of where I'm at with the Gangle song right now. Is like, it's not a chore, but I got to find the sound for it, which I think I got there. So, but who's to say I'm not going to finish it at some point? Can you make another? I don't want to. maybe in the future, but Gangle. It's just playing the same bit as the electric kit. If you're watching the behind the scenes video stream thing, but before the actual song, do whatever you want, but please listen to the original song, or please listen to the full song. I swear it's good. It's not gonna kill you. It's not gonna hurt you. So we're getting to the big boy chorus. What do I have to say about this? There's a lot. So let's see. Yeah, so we got guitars. We got a lot of guitars. I think I quad tracked this. Quad tracking meaning, so when you record guitars, You have a track that's going straight to the left ear only, and a track straight going to the right ear only. So it gives a wide sound, and when you quad track that, it kind of elevates it a little bit more. And so I didn't quad track. I lied. This is a whole different part. But point being is, you have two guitars. You put them left and right. They're huge. It'll only put you in the deep depression, especially if you ship Jackson Pomni. I'm gonna tell you right now, there is a non-zero chance that a Ragatha and Pomni song is going to happen eventually. I had the stupidest idea to make a anime opening J-Rock styled song and just be it like Ragatha and Pomni. Because their dynamic is so like weird. So yeah, we have the guitarist is playing playing power chords. Simple stuff. And then we got an octave guitar part pairing with it. So I'm going to bring in the octave part, and you'll hear a big difference. This is a very like emo pump. I can't word. This is a very emo like pop punk way of doing guitars, which is within my roots. And then we're going to bring in the octaves. It's like it's implying another chord. It's so cool. Can you make another, Antonio? I don't want to be mean, but can you relax? Antonio, I don't want to be mean to you, Antonio. I appreciate your love and support, Antonio, but so yeah, octave guitars, they really build up a lot of tension. What are you? Oh yeah, we just have strings hitting the impact of every chord hit. And that string like stab is hitting on when the snare hits as well. Oh man. And I think we got arpeggiating strings as well. Kind of going left and right in the stereo spectrum. Make 15 different channels, each having its own unique style, and they all feel like a new surprising thing. There's no such thing as original in YouTube. I got a TikTok comment the other day, which made me laugh my ass off at work. It was the TikTok where I was like, what if we turned the crash out into a song? And someone went, Jake Neutron did that. Yeah, so did like 17 other nerdcore artists. Like, but yeah, no. So the strings arpeggiating there is really cool. It really builds attention. The scary purple dot that Pomni's terrified of. Polygon, thank you for the $2 super chat. You're the best. Thank you so much. You will that super chat will go on the fridge. What is this? What are you? Oh yeah, we got the piano part, which I will admit was very inspired by Everlasting Fun. I loved how intense it kind of went with the performance of it. It'd be kind of all over the place. Not all over the place, but we got bass guitar. Playing the root now. And then layering in with the bass guitar. This is my favorite thing. I do this a lot in my metal tracks too. Is we layer the bass and guitars with even more synths. So it's really back there. But like in the context of the whole mix, it really beefs it up. So we're gonna turn on the whole instrumental real quick. God, I really need to organize my sessions. And we're going to bring in those synths. We're going to bring them in and we're going to bring them out. I just undid what I was trying to do. What the hell? Go back. There we go. So we're going to take out the synths and then we're going to bring them back in. Like, they do a lot of heavy lifting, more than you can really hear, but it really builds the part. You can hear it a little bit more when I have the guitars and the bass guitar all together. It kind of gives the guitars and the bass more pick attack to it, which is fun. I forget that donating gives you stream. What is this XP thing? Why are we MMOing the YouTube stream situation? What the hell? And percussion wise, we have shaker. Can't go wrong with a shaker. Oh yeah, and then we have the drums. You know, it's not playing the simplest beat of all time, but it's really trying to keep that energy going. Because if I just did a simple like, it wouldn't really be as intense. So that's the chorus. Instrumentally, let's hop over to the vocals, because these vocals are fun. Chorus. Oh yeah. The chorus performance is Kermit the Frog. Chorus performance, it's fine. Chorus by itself, the hook.
How can I get you to let this go? It's who I am, everybody knows. I fell in line, who I'm meant to be. I became one with my masquerade.
My favorite thing about the hey, just want to say I love the song. Listen to it on the drive to and from work this week. Thank you for giving us an absolute banger. Rowdy Josh Racing for the 5. Thank you so much. I am happy to be the soundtrack to your day. That genuinely means a lot. And hopefully more songs to come. I really appreciate it. Like I swear, like I'm not even trying to get like emotional. The donations really do mean a lot, and it helps me try to make this a full-time thing. So thank you. I deeply appreciate that. So yeah, the vocals. My favorite part about the performance in the main hook, if it was
knows I fell in line, who I'm meant to.
Yeah, it kind of like, it's this harsh kind of like in the whole context of the song real quick. It's like doing the secondary dominant, kind of like being like, okay, this is going to be the next chord, but like, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the next chord, but we're building up to it. We're going up. Polygon for the $1. One doubloon. Thank you. Thank you for the one doubloon. I will buy some with it. I'll buy whatever you want with it. Can't really buy a lot for $1, but I'll try. So yeah, that's the main chorus performance, the main line. What are you? This is lag.
Can I get you to let this
Oh yeah, Harmony Engine. I love Harmony Engine so much. So what this does, right? I'm taking the vocal performance you just heard. Hello Windows. I'm taking the vocal performance you just heard, right? And we're gonna bring it. Oh, everything's falling apart. And I brought it down into a plugin called Harmony Engine. What Harmony Engine does is it takes the notes I give it and it makes a harmony for me. It's a very robotic harmony, as you can hear. If it would, there we go.
It's who I am, everybody knows. I fell in line, who I'm meant to be.
It's very robotic, but it's so like, it's like the same reason I like Vocaloid so much is that it's sometimes so perfect to the point where it's uncanny, which fits for a Jack song where he's about to lose his goddamn mind. So yeah. And then we have a second performance of the chorus to give the main vocal some thickness.
How can I get you to let this go? It's who I am, everybody knows. I fell in line, who I'm meant to be. I became one with my master.
Cool. Whatevs. And then we got the harmony bits.
How can I get you to let this go? It's who I am, everybody knows. I fell in line, who I'm meant to be. I became one with my masquerade. Don't tell me what to be.
So that's cool. And then we get to the chorus stack, which I really love. I love stacking. This is what I like to call the chord cloud. You just kind of put notes all together, and this is like, oh, okay, this is the chord now. I love it. It's so like, especially in the context of the song where everything's kind of building up in intensity. It builds everything up to the point that when everything cuts out and the drums stop and the guitars stop and the vocals stop, it feels kind of empty. And then once it,
Just wanna be me.
And then once it kicks back in, it's like, damn, that was something else. So yeah, that's the chorus. Second verse, not much is different between how things are played. I lied. Okay, so we have that choppy bit, but now it's the kind of the main aspect of this verse. We've got the tremolo thing again. But the big difference, obviously, is that we have the full band playing this time. So we have Paul muted guitars, backing up the choppy guitars, if you would like to play. Which is cool. And then we obviously have the bass playing the same thing, along with the drums. And then we have some backup guitars coming in, just playing the fifth. Of the whatever words theory. And then all the stuff from before, like the 80s synth and that however you call it, glitchy like music box situation. This all comes back. We bring in that guitar pluck situation. And then this is where things kind of kick up in the intensity. We have the guitars start playing, the full chord. We're not just palm muting it anymore. Well, we're playing one string, but you know what I mean. And then the acoustic drums kick in. Tales of Friends, thank you. Sunday. And if I let you on, it's all I wanted from this. To break your heart. To break your heart, matey. And then we're obviously bringing in the cool stuff from here. So it's all pretty much stacking a bunch of sounds at this point. Vocal performance wise, it's not too different from the main verse, like especially how it's written. It's the same simple melody you've heard before, but different words. And then harmonies are in different spots. We have this harmony coming in a little bit earlier.
By messing you around is how I truly cope. I break and bend and smile to the end. How am I preventing from letting people in? I'll burn the bridge way before it even builds itself. Well,
And then we have the echoey
then I'm sinking deeper
to
into
health line.
hell. I swear it makes me sick.
And then we have the different performance of the pre-chorus where the words are a little bit different and everything's crazy. And then we get to the whisper line, you know.
Deep. I got no.
Wait, I just realized this is a stream with Michael Kovac. Guys, I need to work on my Jackson impression. I did the whole I sound like Michael Kovac thing to rage bait people. And now I feel obligated to work on my Jackson impression just to just to prove a point. But yes, that's the second verse pretty much. It's not too different. It's just the full band's playing and all that stuff. And then here we got the heavy breakdown-ish sort of part of the pre-chorus. Let's see. So we have, this is the part I quad tracked. So we have a pair of guitars that are, they're way lower than the normal guitars you were hearing throughout the entire song. So these are the normal guitars. And then paired with the heavy, the lower tuned guitars. It really beefs it up a little bit. The in between those spaces that you just heard. Hello, what the hell? In between the spaces of when the guitars are playing. See ya, Polygon. Have a good one. So between the rest of the those pauses. Sorry, I got distracted. We just have some scratches and harmonics. Just to really to build intensity. This song is just building intensity. So we're going to play this instrumental part with and without the scratches, just so you get a feel of what's going on. Bring him back in. So yeah, just keeping the flow going without kind of interrupting it. Make a song, do it. It doesn't hurt to make music. It should never hurt to make music. Speaking of which, I will be trying to get to those Q&A questions. I completely forgot. We'll probably get to them at the end of the stream. What time is it right now? 8:50. Okay, let's see. So we have the bass and the guitars and the lower guitars. They're all playing at the same time, along with the synth. So bass is playing that part. Drums are, it's super important too to mention that the kick, bass, and guitars are hitting at the exact same time, because if they don't, this entire section would not have worked if I didn't do that. So I'm going to mute the kick real quick. Notice how much the kick really makes that. Like, come on, man. So there's that. What else we got? Do we have anything else going on here? Yes. 2 a.m. Damn. We have this tritone going on. Absolutely disgusting. But you put it all together, it's kind of gnarly. On top of the drum part that you just heard too, we are also layering in drum samples. Well, I mean samples, more samples. We have this big explosive snare. So we're gonna play without it, and then with. It really makes that whole part. Vocals. I'm gonna try to rush this because I do want to eat food soon. We just got screams of the pre-chorus from last time, layered in with different performances. Each screaming part is distorted to hell and back with tape distortion. So we have a pair here that's just normal screaming or yelling.
Left, in my character, there's nothing more, nothing less of what you want to hear. So less.
That's just kind of yelling more than it is really screaming. Then we have screams, pairing up.
Left, in my character,
You can kind of hear how it's performed a little bit differently. When we have the low screams, which is fucking stupid by itself, but it's more to be in the mix of the screams. So if I bring in what we've heard so far, it's like what? And then we have another pair of screams that are, I literally hit record, run back there, and I just start yelling.
Left, in my character, there's nothing more, nothing less of what you want to hear. So left.
Which, stupid, but silly.
Left, in my character, there's nothing more.
And speaking of which, too, actually, I'm going to take out those low screams we just heard. You don't hear it in the mix, too. Like, it's not too obvious, but once you hear with and without it, it makes it. Yeah, so we're going to the chorus here. We go through the chorus. How can I get it? Let's go. Blah, blah, blah. Then we're going to get to the bridge, which is just constant BPM changes, by the way. We got this, mellow piano bit. And then throughout the performance of the piano, especially when everything starts getting more intense, it starts getting crazy. And then this does something really cool. It glitches the hell out. It just stutters. And this is me manually chopping these up. And we also have, what do we got here? I think this is just strings. No, there's a MIDI choir, which is really cool. It's just singing the same chords. Snowy, thank you. I too love this song. We got some flutes playing a melody line. And we got some cellos, I think. Yeah, just kind of keeping the rhythm. I think it's also fair to mention, too, that every part you've heard so far at the end cuts out or stutters the same way. They all stutter. They all end up glitching the hell out. They end up abstracting. And we got a very low bass. Very low orchestral bass. I love this sound so much. It's so gnarly. I love it. I think we just have just a low pad playing the chords kind of fills up the space a little bit. What are you? You're just MIDI. Why are you MIDI information? What are you? Why are you MIDI? Could have sworn I put in some strings in here. Huh. Maybe that's later. So yeah, this is just the instrumental of the of this part, and we bring in the percussion elements. It sounds so stupid on its own, but you don't really notice it in the context of the mix. So, we have multiple risers too. I think we also have something here. Oh yeah, this is the same pad you just heard before, but the filter is raised, so you can hear more of the higher end information of it. Then we just have a glitchy riser. Which is cool, and then we just have a normal effects riser. It's kind of scary. What are you? You're supposed to be playing something, but you're not playing it for some reason. Whatever. Strings are supposed to be playing there as well. For some reason, it just isn't. I'm not too concerned as to why it isn't right now. They're just playing the same chords as the piano. You got plucked strings, building intensity, and they get stupid high in the range. It glitches out. So, yerp. What else? And it's also should be known that throughout the song too, we also have like impacts and risers and everything like that just to keep the flow going. Now we get to the bridge vocals. Yes. I'm gonna tell you right now. There was a point in time where I was recording these choir takes that I was very lightheaded, mostly because I'm an idiot, and not because of how many takes there are, because it's really not that many. You know, we've all heard this bit.
It's all I wanted from this, to break your heart. No, I wouldn't care. No, I wouldn't dare to second guess the ways that I've hurt you. I'm a nightmare. You always keep on.
So that's, you know, the huge. This part is one of my favorite parts I've written. So let's take a listen to this choir bit just by itself for a minute. And one of my favorite bits at the end of the bridge is that the choir starts singing "What I Say," which is fun. Could you tell I was a choir kid? Another thing too, throughout the whole me freaking the hell out bit.
You always end up crying on my emotions and what I say. Go away, go away, go away.
That whole time, the reverb, the mix where, you know, it's just the reverb sound, I'm cranking the hell up out of the decay, and I'm cranking the hell out of the mix knob as well. So it's just drowned out. There's so much noise that at that point, it just disappears. And then obviously we have the unholy scream. It's it's a little stupid, but Bean, what's up? So yeah, So throughout this entire bridge, it's kind of, for lack of a better term, a little chill, more lax, you know.
What I say, go away, go away.
So, yeah, that's also, as I mentioned with the screams before, it is also distorted to hell with tape distortion. I love tape distortion. It brings such a different character to normal, like, decapitator distortion, anything like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we got going on. We have more kind of secondary dialogue going. Well, it's not dialogue, but as I mentioned before, where Jack says, "Ugh," right before it kicks into the first verse, we got some heavy breathing as it like kind of into the last pre-chorus. We also got some heartbeats as well, which is fun. And then throughout the entire, this pre-chorus does not have the kick drum. The only percussive element is the heartbeat, which is fun. Love that. And then we're back to just what we discussed earlier, except it's really stripped down a little bit. We only have the clock and the music box, the Bit Crush music box I mentioned earlier. And it brings back into the organ. And we're pretty much just singing the exact same part, just different words.
With that all said and done, you know the truth is this what you truly want. Attached to the way I act.
The same radio filtered vocals.
With that.
I also performed the vocals differently than how I like this part differently than how I did throughout the rest of the song.
It's a lot more like kind of like this.
To get that more like not annoying, but to get that more like in your head type of sound where it's just like, holy hell, shut up.
With that all said and done, you know the truth is this what you truly want.
And for the fun of it, we'll turn off all the filters.
With that all said and done, you know the truth is this what you truly want.
I like to think that this is kind of maybe Bubble. This is like evil Bubble. Being like, hey, Jax, you're going to die. That probably wouldn't be, actually. But that's how I'm interpreting my own song. And then we're back into the chorus. There is the whole have a little laugh situation right before it kicks in. Check this out. So what's going on there is actually kind of interesting because you don't really notice it until what the hell? What have I done? Unfreeze. There's some really fun effects in here. So here's just the normal like cut up whatever. If you like the, it's cool. But what's really going on here? The vocal effect chain, virtual mix rack, and de-essing it. But then we have Decapitator, which distorts the hell out of it. And Little Altar Boy, which is a very bad name for a plugin. We already have, so there's me doing the whole have a little laugh line, but then I think I might have like adjusted a pitch and then mixed it in with the other one. But this kind of makes the whole sound. So what's going on here is I'm bringing down the pitch by one semitone, bring the format all the way down because it sounds like this. It sounds like this. You know how it is. And then we're playing with the mix and mix knob so that the main have a little laugh line is there. but you can still hear the like here. Let me show you real quick. So this is what Altar Boy is doing. It's fucking disturbing. Here's what it's adding without just being that sound. So that's interesting. And we also have a drive knob, which kind of distorts it a little bit more. Yeah, it's yassified backing vocals. So yeah, that's kind of my me going insane line.
How can I get you to let this go?
I also love this song because it also has maybe a little bit emotional attachment. Don't let people tell you who you are. Be yourself. That's my motivational speech for the day. And then yeah, pretty much just the chorus throughout the entire song. Throughout the rest of the song, rather. Obviously, we have the band do the whole like drop out in the middle of the chorus situation, which is fun. Which is fun. I love that. Fun fact, because there's, reverb and delay going on through the whole bit. If you'd like to play. There we go. All of that is getting turned off when the silence comes in, so that the vocals come up a little bit more, but there's also no leftover like echo of the previous signal, of the previous vocal signal I gave it. What else? There's some backing vocals here that aren't as upfront as I probably should have made them, but before it goes into Just Want to Be Alive in the final chorus, there's a fun little backing vocal bit here. Just wanna feel alive. Which is cool. And then it does again. Just wanna be. It's very cool for when, you already have the chord cloud that I mentioned building up on top of the guitars and the drums and everything playing together. And then on top of just distorted I Just Wanna, it really just kind of like adds another layer that wasn't there before, but now that it is, it kind of brings everything together. And then once it drops out, going back into the verse, just wanna be me, it kind of just ends, And yeah, that's pretty much the song. That's pretty much the whole song in its entirety. I'm gonna check the Q&A questions real quick that I did on the community tab before I forget.
Just wanna be me.
Just wanna be me. I think also I might be dropping the instrumental for this in a couple of days. Just for the sake of it. I'm not too certain yet. Posts. That's the one I want. All right. Yeah, we can do this. Okay. So I'm gonna. Oh, hello. I zoomed it in. Hello, Jax. So I'm gonna be going through some of these just to answer them. Has anyone ever told you sound like Mo Kovac? Thank you, Logan. Rowdy Josh Racing. What was the creative process like writing the lyrics for the song? Were there any other songs that you took inspiration from? I absolutely love it when and have the song on repeat for the last few days. Yes, the creative process is I noticed that Jax had a lot of similarities to borderline personality disorder, and it's basically just a song about borderline personality disorder with gestures and digital circus related things added on. And were there any songs? Kenny Young, Find Me When I'm Dead, was the inspiration for the verse section. Kenny Young's great. I love Kenny Young. And the chorus was obviously Everlasting Fun. Trying to think what else. the bridge was very just influenced by my upbringing in choir. Uh, it was very much just influenced by kind of that part of my life. I've been in choir for like my whole life, in school and all that stuff. So it's kind of just an amalgamation of stuff. What else? Sort of a two-part question. Did you draw the artwork used in the video? Yes, I did. All the art that you see in the video and literally everything about this song was on me. And if so, how long have you been drawing and creating music? I've been drawing way longer than I've been doing music, but I haven't drawn in a hot minute. And this was kind of the first time getting back into it. And I think it turned out okay. I've been doing music for, I want to say, ever since because if you count creating music like original, it would be 7 years, 6 years at this point, maybe. Being involved in music was just my whole life. I'm new here and have a question. What music you like that you created? I don't know what this means. Can someone help? someone does someone have a different interpretation of this? Because I don't know what this means. 6, 7. Okay. I don't understand that meme. Did you use any specific songs for inspo? Yeah, I had already mentioned that. Also, congrats on 5K. Thank you. We're reaching close to 6K, which is scary. Is there a reply? Who did this? Okay. We're back. Everything fell apart. My poor CPU ate shit and died. But we're back. Yeah. So I'm assuming, what songs of yours do you like? I mean, obviously, "Want to Be Me" is my current favorite, but "Standing in the Fire" has always been had a place in my heart. The Murder Drone song. I mean, I guess all of the Murder Drone songs have a special place in my heart. Everything Ends is probably one of my more favorite ones. Any specific songs? Yeah, we talked about that. How did you make that part with Ribbon and Kaufman? Kaufman, I don't know. Ribbon, I know. I mean, we just went over that in the stream. What was the inspiration for the Fire music video? Again, Kenny Young, and how he approaches his videos. They're simple, but they're simply animated, like kind of puppet animated. I just went more of a sketchy animated situation because I'm incompetent. Also, I'm going to move OBS over to here. And we're going to bring whatever. Where's this? There you are. Everything's falling apart. Fish. How did it feel recording your insanity? Great. I was just venting the whole time. Hello, Daniel Adams. Why did you want to make the song? Because I like Digital Circus, and I related to Jax. That is the answer. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad did your throat hurt after screaming so loudly? It doesn't, because I did it healthfully. Scream healthily if you want to scream. If you don't, bad things can happen. Also, I'm going to make sure that I'm still live. Otherwise, I've just been talking to myself the whole time. No data. Excellent connection. Okay. Yes. Okay, we're good. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to eat food and eat a lot of food. Thank you all very much for supporting the song. As a little consolation prize, for those who are still around, you will get to hear a little bit of the Gangle song. You get to hear like the intro. You can hear that. There it is. Yeah. Let's pull up the Gangle song. This is loud, probably. Sorry. It's kind of melancholic, but this is what the Gangle song's gonna sound like. So that's what the Gangle song is going to be. It's melancholic. I like it. And we have a guest vocalist for that coming hopefully next week. I gotta do the video. You can't hear it. Oh shit! Hold on. Can you not hear it? Let me play that again. Here, I'll play it one more time. Can't hear it. Why the hell can't you hear it? What the hell? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna throw it into Reaper for like 2 seconds, and then because I feel like you guys have earned it to get a sneak peek. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's not working. I just gotta make sure that I set up restream, send audio, and then we're gonna do a little bit of this. Uh-oh. Oh no. Bad news, guys. Bad news bears. Why are you not receiving? What the hell? Is it because... Hello? What the hell? Technical difficulties. And the fact that you were hearing everything else this whole time is kind of depressing, I won't lie. Oh, I know what's going on, I think. I know what's going on. Okay, no, I don't. I thought I did. Wait, do I know? Oh, I do know. I'm an idiot. I'm a freaking idiot is what the answer is. God damn it. Okay, we're playing it again. All right, one more time. So yeah, that's what that sounded like. It's very melancholic, and I got a very cool guest vocalist coming up. Speaking of artists, she did a Squid Game song, right? Yeah, Marty. Subscribe to Marty for no particular reason. It's not like we're in cahoots on something or anything like that. So, yeah. And with that all said and done, I think I'm going to leave it here. Thank you all for coming to my Yap sesh. And hopefully this was formal. Good information for you all. I just like talking about music. I'm gonna get food, and I'm gonna have a good night's rest. So yeah, I will see you all. I'm dying. I will see you all hopefully on Saturday next week for the Gangle song. So peace, guys, and I don't know. I don't have anything funny to say. Someone give me something funny to say. I'd love to see more streams. Yeah, hopefully. We shall see. Goodbye, gamers. Goodbye, gamers. Goodbye. What the fuck am I doing? stream will end immediately. Oh no!